Welcome back to Timmy Talks. I missed y'all. I hope everybody has been doing well. It's July already, y'all, and we're actually in the second week of July. Like the next 2 weeks is gonna go by, and it's gonna be August, and it's gonna be Christmas, and it's almost my birthday. I have been so busy, and some other things going on. I'll share later. But I missed y'all. I say, okay, I got a little time. I'm gonna come and talk to y'all this morning. I know it's crazy. It's Wednesday. I don't used to come on a Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It better be Wednesday because I'm tired. But I am gonna open one with y'all today. Today I just want to talk about gratefulness. That's what I would describe the last few weeks of my life. Just gratefulness. Um, like I have a thing that sits on my desk that says "Start each day with a grateful heart," and I think that is the way I live. Like I am for the smallest things, for the little bittiest things that God does for me, I am forever always grateful. I am not perfect. I am living in a sinful world. Do I sin? Yes. Do I sin willfully? I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but do I know that I'm extended grace and mercy from higher power, which is my God? Yes, I do. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so glad that the God that I serve, that I believe in, does not treat me the way people treat me, because sometimes your grace and mercy with people runs out quick, really quick. And I've always been appalled and taken back by people that always say, you know, God forgive, I don't. Ooh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad he do. But who you think you is? It's very strange to me. The older I get, I realize I'll make another birthday this Saturday. Thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you. And I'm grateful. But the older I get, I realize how dare people, you know, you want to be living in the world, and you feel like somebody crossed you one time, or they said I ain't talking to me. That's fine. That's between you and your maker. Because you didn't make yourself. Let's just be honest. I don't care what you believe in. You didn't make yourself. So with those kind of people, I always felt a way like something is not right. You're not a good human being. Like, what is wrong with you? You that angry? You that mad? But all the things that you have done to God, He's always extended His grace and His do that. That's grace. This is grace. Me sitting here is grace and mercy. Like I'm not doing this on my own will, because I would have done something else a long time ago. Just suck that in, blow that out. That's breath. Some people didn't even wake up this morning. And today I had a dentist appointment this morning, and one of the ladies I was in there talking to, I was just like, I don't remember you. What's your name? She was just like, she told me her name. I can't remember. I'm not good with names. I really forgot. She was like, I remember you. I've seen you once. She was like, but the last time I saw you, she said, you wasn't too happy. You wasn't in a good mood. I said, girl, I apologize. And I can, because I'm human. I say, every time I go up to that front desk, they want my money. It's always something about some money. And sometimes I don't have understanding. And see these teeth in my mouth? I takes care of these teeth. So when I go there and you telling me something that don't make no sense, yes, it has me sometimes angry. And she got the brunt end of it. And I apologize. Because I don't want people to, but she was so nice. She was just like, you just wasn't happy. I think you was mad about something at the front. I said, I probably was. She said, but you spoke to me. I said, I know, because I mean, you ain't do me nothing, you know. But it just showed me in that moment, I was convicted in my spirit that, you know, if I have ever made anyone, or you feel like somebody else did me something, you feel like I took, I apologize. I can apologize. I'm a big girl. I'm big enough to say, I'm sorry. Will you forgive me? If you don't, that's your business. Like I said, it's between you and your maker. But it just mind blows me how people are living on this earth, and everybody needs somebody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you think you have, what status pro you think you done raised to, and you think you got it all together. You don't need nobody. However, I said all that to say I am at a point in my life right now where all I am in right now, I'm in a season of gratitude and gratefulness and thankfulness and just extended the love, the things that God has bestowed upon me, things that you prayed for in private, that you talked to God about, that nobody know, those dark secrets. God is the only person I feel like can hold my deepest, darkest secrets. And I was born in the world with someone else. And we are very close and we tell each other a lot of things, but it's some things, you feel like you keep between you and God, not for no other reason, but just because. And I'm grateful. The silent cries I've cried. Well, either you was too ashamed to tell somebody else, too fear of judgment, or that's somebody you can go to just exactly how you are, stripped naked of everything, of every fear, of every insecurity, every doubt, anything that you feel about yourself. He is the one that you can go to and just say, "This is me." And every time I pray to him, I always let him know, "Let your will be done in my life." And the older I get, I'd be like, I won't go to it. You know, but this is what you pray for. This is what you ask for. So, I mean, like I say, in a season of gratefulness, and you'll get it on the end. I'll share with you when the time is right. But yeah, I wanted to pop on here because it is July. It is my birthday month. I know I ain't seen y'all since last month sometime in June, but I've been busy working, doing different things. Time just, just didn't have the time. But I'm here and I miss y'all. And I say, yeah, I'm gonna do a live because, you know, maybe, some people come on here and see, and I see they got some people that came say, hey y'all, say good morning, be nice. Thank you. Hi. But yeah, that dentist office, it brought me to realization because you can't just treat people any kind of way. You can't, if something is going on with you, it's not my fault. Like all the time. And yesterday I had a really bad day at work. That's why I didn't come yesterday. And because I got some news that I just wasn't expecting to get. And the further thing is I wasn't feeling good Monday. So I had left. And then I said, oh, I ain't going today. But I was like, no, let me go because nothing is wrong with me. Let's just be honest. I'm like, I'm going to just go. And in our meeting, some news was shared. And I'm not going to do what I did yesterday. But it put me in a season again of gratefulness, of how life is a blip. And it happens to all of us. And the lady that I knew had passed away. And it hit me in a point that I didn't even know that because no, we weren't close. I never even met her in person. However, I knew her. We had a relationship. We were friends. And hi. And so to hear of that, uh, 2 years older than me, it put it and people always say, something happened, it always make you think about yourself and blah 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 blah. Of course, because it had not been for His grace and His mercy, me too. Oh, thank you. It could have been me, could have been my family. And I'm just so grateful. Not to say things don't happen in my family, things don't happen in my life, but what does, God, I'm grateful. And I was so taken back yesterday where it was just like a blur. I was just like, I needed a hug. I was just all over the place. I was like, oh my God. So again, this is a season of gratefulness, gratitude, kindness. I was reading something and I wrote it down and I wish I can find it. Let me see if I can find it because I wrote it down because I liked it. It was one of the people we I sent patients to. It says you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. I had to write it down. It was on their I don't know who wrote it, but I saw it on the facts, and I had to write it down because it in that moment I was just like, oh my God, because we can't go back and change the beginning because we're here now. All I can worry about is how it's going to end up, and then at the same token, when you believe in a higher power, the end is already figured out. We're really just walking through. So, yeah, that yesterday was a day, and I felt a little better today because I had a dentist appointment. I had to get myself together, put clothes on, and go to the dentist. And that's what I did this morning. I need to go to the gym. I go in the morning, and I haven't been putting too much pressure on myself. Lately, I've been getting 3 to 4 days a week. I was a six day a week girl. If you know, you know. Monday through Saturday. Got to get it. And but as it's okay. I'm not putting that much pressure on myself. I'm not. Just staying focused, staying active, and that's that. But life is to be lived and to be enjoyed. Um, and that's what we should be doing. These internet streets, like I was looking at something, these conferences in these churches, and y'all, some of them are just, it's just mind boggling. And it's just really funny. And it's sad too, because to be raised up in the church and then see all this, because like I said, like I told y'all before, if you went and watched my videos, if you watched me before, I've said I think the video, social media, going live has exposed a lot of this to the world. Because no, it probably wasn't hush hush, but people didn't really see how greedy some of these pastors are, and how some of these ministries play on people's emotions financially, you know, because if you read the Bible and you know the Bible and you know God, you don't have to give him nothing for him to give you anything. You don't. It's unmerited. It's favor and grace. You don't have to give him your money, tangible things to get a blessing from God. That's not in the word. That's not how they go. And for the people be sitting in there listening to that, doing that, it's like, where are y'all? Like, are y'all okay? Now my monkey, now my circus. Sometimes when they catch up, it be too late. They've been poured into all these tens of thousands of dollars into these ministries. They're just scams. It's business. It's a business. And just like I say, the same institutions that you all pour all these money into, the moment you get down, they're going straight to see what you gave, to see if you even do for anything. Not because it's the right thing to do, not just because it's the godly thing to do to help out your brother or your sister when they're in need, but to see what you have put in, to see what you're gonna get out. That's who you're paying. That don't have nothing to do with God. God is not in it. And it's sad. But anyway, like I say, another story for another day. Um, I am going to review this with y'all because I do have to go to work. But I've had this. I can't even pull it up and see because my cousin was telling me when I got it, like this is like a $90 or $100 bottle. And I think when I got them on Amazon, they were $40 each. This is a twin to the bubble gum that I got that's over there. And I think I already know what this smells like because my niece has it. And it smells real good. But I might come on here tomorrow because I need y'all to help me pick what my birthday scent gonna be. Because I have a plethora. See, grateful. Just grateful. And so I want to see what the smell gonna be. I gotta give me a cute dress for my birthday. I'm so excited. Gonna go eat with some friends, but that's about it. That's all I'm doing. So we're gonna see what this smell like. Okay. And when I have these conversations with God, about being grateful, and I see, like I say, if you're that person that's out there and like, oh, you crossed me once, that's it. Okay. If that's the way you live your life, okay. I'm glad you ain't God. Like, what? I already have something on, but I'm gonna see what this smells. And the bottle is cute. Of course, it looks like that. And this is Tarte 2. It's so cute, y'all. It's cute. I should be a perfume model. Well, I don't see. Yeah, I told y'all they lose me when I can't smell nothing. I get a whole attitude. Cause why? It smells good though. It's real soft. I like it. I recommend it. 10 out of 10. It's real soft. But Moschino. 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 Not sure how you pronounce it. I don't know. Moschino. This smells good. Get this. Like I say, it was $40 when I got it. I think it was sometime last year. maybe about almost a year. No, not like around about either November or some. I don't remember, but I think it's like $90. It retails at $90. But every girl needs this. This smells good. And I need to also see what my new car perfume gonna be. Um, what else I want to tell y'all? But I hope everybody has been doing well and enjoying their summer because it is summertime. But when you don't, you know, do nothing for the summer, you don't do nothing. I mean, I know because I'm a summer baby, but that's about it. I'm taking vitamin C, multivitamin. Don't judge me. Take your vitamin C. Just listen good. Because it's a gummy, I just left the dentist. I don't do them. I usually do them before I brush my teeth. But I forgot this morning. Because it's a gummy. In my mind, I think if I eat it and I brush my teeth after, it ain't gonna work. I'm no old fashioned and crazy. Don't talk about me. But then to give me something to eat and get started with work. I may come back tomorrow. I ain't gonna promise y'all, or maybe one day next week. Hopefully Tuesday or Thursday. But yeah, I'm gonna be more consistent. But just had been having a lot of things going on, and that's it. Um, but I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope that you are, having being extended, giving grace, showing kindness to your fellow people, you know, because that's the Christ thing to do. Um, I know it's like the third day, but my church is having like vacation Bible school, but because I work the hours that I work, I haven't gone in the last 2 years. Um, and it sucks, of course, but things are on the up and up, and things change. So maybe next time, around about this time, next time in the summer, I'll be singing another song. Be saying, "Oh, we had a good vacation Bible school tonight," something like that. So we're gonna see. But again, I'm grateful. I'm in a season of gratitude and gratefulness in my life, and I'm trying to keep my mind stayed on that, and that's it. I feel like some of that stuff is at the top of my mind. But yeah. So y'all, I want y'all to have a good day, have a good weekend. If I don't be back, um, and show kindness. I had a patient the other day. He said, "Can you do me a favor?" I was like, "Sure." Because at the end I'd be like, "Is there anything else I can help you with today?" So, "Can you do me a favor?" And I'm just like, "Sure." But in my mind, your mind goes to like, "I'm fresh out of favors, but what you got?" But he said, "I want you to have a good day." I say, "I will absolutely do that, and I appreciate that." He said, "Yeah, have you a good day, and you take care of yourself." I say, "I will, thank you, and I appreciate that. You do the same." And the funny thing about it is I feel like those things happen to you just when you think God is not listening to your prayers, or just when you think you're down about something, or the day before. Because was I having a bad day that day? I think something had happened earlier that had me. Then I even had one lady, she said, "Are you okay?" I say, "I'm actually not, but it's well." She said, "Can I pray for you?" Right there. And it's crazy because we can you can go back and listen, and then listen to the call. And I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember what day it was. I can't remember what patient it was, and I just wish I could have. But she prayed for me, and I was so grateful. It wasn't no big long drawn out thing, but it was just the in her spirit, she could tell in my spirit that it was weary. And see, those are the kind of people you want to be connected to. Those are the kind of things you want to pay attention when you're in tune with God and in your spirit. And I saw something else. You know, He always sends you exactly what you need at the right time. And I'm grateful. Because sometimes I'll be right on the burp. the edge, either stopping, quitting, giving up. You never know what people be dealing with. Kindness is easy. It's easy. It don't cost you anything. It's free. All right, y'all. So this is my 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead on and head out. And I want y'all to have the best day possible. And like my auntie be saying, if your day ain't good, don't be going mess up nobody else. You know what my auntie is? That's who said that. And I just saw her yesterday on the internet. She just showing out, baby. Now she got body spray. I gotta go online and give me some of that Tabitha Brown. That's what I'm talking about. If y'all don't know, but if you know, you know. That's my auntie. But yeah. So y'all have a good weekend. About to get this day started. Give me something to eat and some water. And that's it, and that's all. And thank y'all again for your support. If you follow me, if you watch me, if you like my posts, I really appreciate it. I am grateful. Now, I'm going to start a new series in about the beginning of August. So I hope you all are looking forward to that, because I am. And you'll see what it is when I do it. I don't want to spoil it. But it's going to be on TikTok. It's not going to be on YouTube. But I may repost some videos here, but it will be on TikTok. So that's what they say. You do all that at. I ain't consistent with doing that. Lord help me. But I will be for this particular reason, because it's something I want to share. But like I say, y'all have a good day. Have the best day possible. Be kind. Be grateful. Thank God. A season of gratefulness. And I'm just so glad for the people that are in my life in this moment. Thank you, God. So, y'all have a good day. And that's it. And that's all.